Have you ever wondered if it's better to lease or buy a car? Well, today we're going to find out. It's a question that has left many of us scratching our heads, isn't it? But don't worry, we're here to shed some light on it. You see, the decision between leasing and buying a car can have a significant impact on your financial life. It's about more than just monthly payments. It's also about considering the long-term effects on your wallet. From ownership perks to cost over time, mileage restrictions to wear and tear, and the potential to build equity, there are several factors to consider. Both options come with their pros and cons, and it's important to understand these before making a decision. Intrigued? Good, because we're about to dive right into the reasons why buying a car might be a better choice for you. One of the main reasons to buy a car rather than lease it is ownership. There's a certain sense of pride that comes with owning your car. It's not just a vehicle, it's an asset. It's something tangible you've invested in, and that's truly yours. Owning a car gives you the freedom to make it yours in every sense of the word. Fancy a new sound system? You can do that. How about a new paint job or custom wheels? You're free to personalize your car to your heart's content. That's the beauty of ownership, and it's not just about aesthetics. You can upgrade the engine, modify the exhaust system, or even install a roof rack for your weekend adventures. The possibilities are endless when you own your car. But with freedom comes responsibility. When you own a car, you are responsible for its upkeep and maintenance. You must be prepared to foot the bill for all repairs, big or small. There are no warranty protections like in a lease agreement. But this also means you have the freedom to choose your mechanic and the parts used, which can lead to significant savings in the long run. Owning a car also gives you the flexibility to sell it whenever you want. If your needs change or if you simply want a different car, you're free to sell your car and use the money towards your next purchase. There's no need to worry about early termination fees or penalties that come with breaking a lease. Furthermore, there are no mileage restrictions when you own a car. You can drive as much or as little as you want without the fear of excess mileage fees. This makes owning a car a great option for those who have long commutes or love to take road trips. Owning a car is about more than just the vehicle. It's about the freedom to express yourself, the flexibility to adapt to life's changes, and the satisfaction of investing in something that's truly yours. Ownership gives you freedom and flexibility, something that leasing doesn't offer. Another reason to consider buying over leasing is the cost over time. Sure, those monthly lease payments might initially seem more appealing. They are, after all, usually lower than loan payments for a car purchase. But let's play out the scenario over the course of several years. With a lease, you're essentially renting the car, meaning you're paying for the privilege of driving it, but you'll never own it. Hence, you're continually making payments with no end in sight. It's a cycle that keeps spinning, like a hamster on a wheel. On the flip side, when you buy a car, you're investing in a tangible asset. Yes, the monthly payments may be higher, but there's a light at the end of the tunnel. When you finish paying off your car loan, the car is yours, free and clear, no more monthly payments. So if you're thinking long-term, buying could be the way to go. Have you heard about mileage restrictions? It's one of those terms that often pops up when you're considering leasing a car. Let's break it down. When you lease a vehicle, the contract usually includes a mileage limit. This means you're only allowed to drive a certain number of miles each year. If you exceed this limit, you could be hit with extra costs, and they can really add up. On the flip side, if you buy a car, there are no mileage restrictions to worry about. Feel like taking a cross-country road trip? Go right ahead. Commuting long distances for work? No problem. Your car, your rules. So if you're someone who loves to drive, or if your lifestyle simply requires a lot of time on the road, buying a car could be a better fit for you. You won't have to keep an eagle eye on the odometer or worry about those pesky extra charges. If you drive a lot, buying a car gives you the freedom to go as far as you want without worrying about extra costs. Wear and tear is another factor to consider when deciding between leasing or buying a car. Now let's think about this. Life happens. Your car might get a few scratches, maybe a small dent or two, or even a coffee spill on the upholstery. With a leased car, these little mishaps can become big headaches. You see, leasing contracts often come with strict wear and tear policies. Breach these, and you could be looking at some hefty additional charges at the end of your lease term. On the flip side, when you own a car, you're in control. That small scratch, it's a battle scar, a story to tell. That coffee spill, just a reminder of a morning rush. There's no need to fret about unexpected charges because the car is yours. You can live a little, drive a little without the worry of wear and tear charges. With buying, you're free to live your driving life with no restrictions. Let's talk about equity. When you buy a car, you're not just purchasing a vehicle, you're investing in an asset, a depreciating asset, but an asset nonetheless. Over time, as you pay off your car loan, you're building equity in that vehicle. This equity can be beneficial for future financial goals. Maybe you want to trade in your car for an upgrade down the line, or perhaps you plan to use it as collateral for a loan. Either way, the equity you've built can come in handy. In contrast, when you lease a car, you're not building any equity. Sure, you might be driving a newer model every few years, but at the end of each lease term, you walk away with nothing to show for your payments. You're essentially renting the car, and like any rental, you don't own it or have any equity in it. In the long run, buying a car can contribute to your financial growth. It's an investment that pays off over time, whereas leasing is a temporary solution with no lasting benefits. So, is it better to lease or buy a car? Let's recap. Owning a car gives you full control, no restrictions, and a sense of freedom. Over time, buying a car can also be more cost-effective. Remember, leasing might seem cheaper in the short term, but the cost piles up over the years, and you're left with nothing to show for it. Mileage restrictions can also be a major downside to leasing. If you're an avid traveler or have a long commute, those extra miles can cost you. And let's not forget about wear and tear. With leasing, even minor damages can lead to hefty fines. Finally, when you buy a car, you're building equity, something that leasing doesn't offer. You can sell or trade in your car whenever you want, giving you financial flexibility. So, generally speaking, buying a car tends to be the better financial decision. Thanks for watching. For more personal finance videos, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. See you there.